Miller Entertainment TV. Today is the 16th of November 2022. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow. And so guys, self-exiled former cabinet minister Patrick Zhuwao and Jonathan Moyo have written to the ruling Zanu PF apologizing for their association with the opposition. In an open letter which is circulating on social media, the duo said it was ill-advised to be associated with Nelson Chamisa and hashtag Zanu PF must go. And so here's the open letter guys, which I'm gonna read here. Is 15 November 2022. Dear Zanu PF comrades, revolutionary greetings. Open letter to Zanu PF members. Between 2018 and 2020, on the back of the 15 November 2017 military coup that ousted President Mugabe and his government from power and violently targeted us and other comrades linked with the so-called G40, we associated ourselves and used the hashtag Zanu PF must go in our public messaging and communication, whereas we stopped using the hashtag and disassociated ourselves from it quite some time back. It is our considered judgment that we owe you a long overdue apology for having used the hashtag and for having associated ourselves with it in the first place. Accordingly, and on this day of 15 November 2022, we hereby apologize to all of you comrades most sincerely with profound regret of our wrong use of an ill-advised association with the hashtag Zanu PF must go. Well, it is common cause that the protracted public difference we had with our leaders in the party and the government because irreconcilable to the point where military forces was used to target us with our families and to overthrow the late former President Robert Mugabe and his government. And whereas that use of military force was unconstitutional and set a dangerous governance precedents in the country and elsewhere across the continent, we have come to the full realization and conclusion that those unfortunate developments and their tormenting consequences on us did not and do not justify our use of and association with the hashtag Zanu PF must go, which clearly targeted not those who had tormented us but also all of you as members of Zanu PF. For whatever it is worth, we supported Nelson Chamisa in the 2018 and well after that, but we did not at any time in that process ever seek to join his then MDC alliance or his new Triple C. As President Mugabe best put it ahead of the 2018 harmonized general election, there was no one else to support given the political dynamics that were at play at the time. We hoped in vain that Chamisa would break barriers and forge a new platform on which a cross-section of citizens straddling the political divide could converge based on Zimbabwe's founding values and principles stipulated in Section 3 of Zimbabwe's Constitution. Otherwise, as we would record our concerns prior to 15 November 2017, and indeed since then, as is readily evident from our contributions to open debate in the public domain, revolved around the need to address the following issues: the need to do away with entitlement in favor of merit while recognizing the selfless sacrifices of the nationalist leadership of our independence and freedom fighters of the liberation struggle, the need to disassociate Zanu PF from political violence given the party's history as the vanguard of Zimbabwe's liberation struggle and heroic independence achieved in 1980, the need to eradicate impunity in Zanu PF's internal workings and structures our national politics and public affairs in favor of professionalism and accountability, the need for inclusive party and national politics that ensures ethnicity, racism, regionalism, sexism and ageism, the irreversibility of Zimbabwe's historic land reform and the formulation of comprehensive strategies for its full, efficient and productive utilization to drive the national economy, the unapologetic pursuit of economic indigenization and empowerment to transform the material and living conditions of Zimbabweans, the provisions of regular, affordable electricity to households, communities, institutions, organizations, commerce and industry, the pursuit of targeted and time-framed industrialization and modernization of Zimbabwe through the teaching and application of science, technology, engineering and mathematics, and the funding of cutting-edge techno startups nationally and offshore, the promotion of Zimbabwe's founding values and principles that are enshrined in Section 3 of Zimbabwe's new constitution, adopted through a national referendum in 2013, the holding of free, fair, and credible party and national elections. While we acknowledged that we apparently but unintentionally stepped on some toes when we raised the above listed issues, or because of the manner we raised then, we believe now, as we did before 15 November 2017, that the issues that we listed above are critical to and for our country's survival and prosperity, and that such these issues are open-ended and others best addressed through continuous non-violent discussions and debate. As we tender our apology to you, comrades, we do so fully aware that there is no alternative political formation in Zimbabwe that recognizes, values, and appreciates the liberation struggle that give way to the country's independence, and that is also guided and informed by the genuine patriotic and nationalistic values and principles that shepherded Zimbabwe's liberation struggle. It is our considered view that Zimbabwe needs political formations that not only subscribe and adhere to the letter and spirit of the 2013 Constitution of Zimbabwe, which emerged from a people-driven process with a 94.5% yes vote in the 2013 referendum, but which also anchored in and driven by the pursuit of Zimbabwe's public and national interest. In the same vein, we believe that Zimbabwe needs political formations that address the livelihood concerns, needs, and requirements of the country's two critical socio-economic identities, namely New Farmers Communal 1, A1 and A2, and two vendors in urban centers, growth points, and business centers, including civil servants and the few private sector workers. With the foregoing in mind, it is clear for everyone to see that those pushing the hashtag Zanu PF must go mantra have no ideological content beyond the hashtag. In our view, the quest to keep or seek power for its own sake is inimical to both the public and national interest. In the circumstances, our association with the hashtag Zanu PF must go was ill-advised and was wrong for the reasons that we have documented herein, and that is why we dropped the use of an association with that hashtag more than a year ago. Hence the apology. We are happy to tender to you all Zanu PF members, comradely Jonathan Moyo, and November 15, 2022, comradely Patrick Zhuwao, 15 November 2022. And so that's Jonathan Moyo and Patrick Zhuwao putting their ideas together in the letter they wrote to Zanu PF. And as we celebrate, the 15 November 2017 coup yakaitika here, and yes, yesterday was 15 November. So we do apologize of using that hashtag, and Zanu PF must go after the 2017 coup, and they also apologize for supporting Nelson Chamisa Triple C muna 2018, and because I'm gonna asha because I mean varume vakasiya zvese, vakasiya property, vakasiya mafamu, vakasiya zvakawanda behind because they were running away from the regime yavamunangagwa vachizvone tikwanisa kusungwa kana kuita sei handi kuna kuurayiwa, so panga pakusagarikika. And those guys were closely with President Robert Mugabe. The one who got padduze, the one who ma errand boy, and is our President Robert Mugabe. And so one way is Rwanda. So they two run away. So Nyairipo Nyaiguti they're apologizing to Zanu PF and said, you know what, we are sorry about what happened since then up to now, and Tawano Anwani, we do apologize for everything that we did. And I mean, Warume admit we're back to the party. Of course, there's two Zanu PF. They want to come back to Zimbabwe, of course. So with 9 months or so before my elections article, 2023, vakutona vega kutoti opposition political party kuti ikwanise kuwina ma elections aya hapana. And so what's the best way of writing a letter apologizing to our comrades, or maybe vakangoconsider kutiregerera pane dzimwe nyaya. And so we're gonna wait to hear more from Zanu PF kuti vachafungei kana kuti vachataura regarding to this letter, which was written by Jonathan Moyo and also Patrick Zhuwao. And so guys, this is daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Milan TV. Remember, this is politics, anything can happen, because apana aimboziva kuti vamugabe vaizobviswa pachigaro like that. andika taita mugabe vachafira varipo, vamwe vakati vachatonga vari muguva, but zvakazonyanya nepamwe andika. So you never know, maybe next year varume vavira vanenge vadzoka vamuZanu PF again, vamacard carrier members, zvongasa kuitika andika. So anything is possible in politics and pakaipa. This is a daily news, breaking news, everyday news. Remember to like, share, comment and follow. Bless up. Thank you.